The Book of the Law. Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 18. And it shall be, when he sitteth upon the throne of his kingdom, that he shall write him a copy of this law in a book, out of that which is before the priest, the Levites. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 58. If thou wilt not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear his glorious and fearful name, YAHWEH thy Elohim. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 61. Also, every sickness and every plague, which is not written in the book of this law, them will YAHWEH bring upon thee, until thou be destroyed. Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 21. And YAHWEH shall separate him unto evil out of all the tribes of Israel, according to all the curses of the covenant that are written in this book of the law. Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 27. And the anger of YAHWEH was kindled against this land, to bring upon it all the curses that are written in this book. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 10. If thou shalt hearken unto the voice of YAHWEH thy Elohim, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which are written in this book of the law, and if thou turn unto YAHWEH thy Elohim with all thy heart and with all thy soul. Deuteronomy chapter 31, verse 24. And it came to pass, when Moses had made an end of writing the words of this law in a book, until they were finished. Deuteronomy chapter 31, verse 26. Take this book of the law, and put it in the side of the ark of the covenant of YAHWEH your Elohim, that it may be therefore a witness against thee. Joshua chapter 1, verse 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. Joshua chapter 8, verse 31. As Moses, the servant of YAHWEH, commanded the children of Israel, as it is written in the book of the law of Moses, an altar of whole stones, over which no man have lifted up any iron. And they offered thereon burnt offerings unto YAHWEH, and sacrificed peace offerings. Joshua chapter 8, verse 34. And afterward he read all the words of the law, the blessings and cursings, according to all that is written in the book of the law. Joshua chapter 23, verse 6. Be ye therefore very courageous to keep and to do all that is written in the book of the law of Moses, that ye turn not aside therefrom to the right hand or to the left. Joshua chapter 24, verse 26. And Joshua wrote these words in the book of the law of Elohim, and took a great stone, and set it up there under an oak, that was by the sanctuary of YAHWEH. 2 Kings chapter 14, verse 6. But the children of the murderers he slew not, according unto that which is written in the book of the law of Moses, wherein YAHWEH commanded, saying, The fathers shall not be put to death for the children, nor the children be put to death for the fathers, but every man shall be put to death for his own sin. 2 Kings 22, verse 8. And Hilkiah the high priest said unto Shaphan the scribe, I have found the book of the law in the house of YAHWEH. And Hilkiah gave the book to Shaphan, and he read it. 2 Kings 22, verse 11. And it came to pass, when the king had heard the words of the book of the law, that he rent his clothes. 2 Kings chapter 23, verse 24. Moreover, the workers with familiar spirits, and the wizards, and the images, and the idols, and all the abominations that were spied in the land of Judah and Jerusalem, did Josiah put away, that he might perform the words of the law which were written in the book, that Hilkiah the priest found in the house of Yahweh. 2 Chronicles 17, verse 9. And they taught in Judah, and had the book of the law of Yahweh with them, and went out throughout all the cities of Judah, and taught the people. 2 Chronicles chapter 25, verse 14. But he slew not their children, but did as it is written in the law, in the book of Moses, where Yahweh commanded, saying, The fathers shall not die for the children, neither shall the children die for the fathers, but every man shall die for his own sin. 2 Chronicles 34, verse 14. And when they brought out the money that was brought into the house of Yahweh, Hilkiah the priest found the book of the law of Yahweh, given by Moses. 2 Chronicles 34, verse 15. And Hilkiah answered and said unto Shaphan the scribe, I have found the book of the law in the house of Yahweh. And Hilkiah delivered the book to Shaphan. Nehemiah chapter 8, verse 1. And all the people gathered themselves together as one man into the street that was before the water gate. And they spake unto Ezra the scribe to bring the book of the law of Moses, which Yahweh had commanded to Israel. Nehemiah chapter 8, verse 3. And he read therein before the street that was before the water gate from the morning until midday, before the men and the women, and those that could understand. And the ears of all the people were attentive unto the book of the law. Nehemiah chapter 8, verse 8. So they read in the book of the law of Elohim distinctly, and gave the sense, and caused them to understand the reading. Nehemiah chapter 8, verse 18. Also, day by day, from the first day unto the last day, he read in the book of the law of Elohim. And they kept the feast 7 days, and on the 8th day was a solemn assembly, according unto the manner. Nehemiah chapter 9, verse 3. And they stood up in their place, and read the book of the law of Yahweh their Elohim, 1/4 part of the day, and another 4th part they confessed, and worshipped Yahweh their Elohim. The book of the law.